TJ Baker is serving it to you raw and uncut.
It's so tasty, too.
Let's continue. Let's get to the crime report, everyone. We'll do it like regular, even though it's a skeleton crew up in here. You know what I mean? All right. Let's get into crime report. Everybody should know. I'm just going to read this the way it is, and I'm just going to let it fly. You know what I'm saying? Oh, gosh. A black transgender community activist and nonprofit leader, Dominique Morgan, has been indicted last week on felony fraud charges in Brooklyn. Oh, gosh, you're going in Brooklyn, too. Oh, shit. Oh, damn. Allegedly siphoned more than $100,000 from a bail fund she oversaw as a trans-led nonprofit Okra project. The Brooklyn District Attorney, Eric Gonzalez, announced the charges in a press release on Tuesday, writing that Morgan has been charged with one count of second-degree grand larceny and 23 counts of first-degree falsifying business records. Wow. Could look this up for me. Second degree grand larceny. Can you look that up? Just look it up for me and tell me what it says. Because I need to know. I need to know exactly what's going on. It says accused against charges of criminal grand larceny in the second degree. Okay, can I just do grand larceny? Okay, just do grand larceny. Thank you. Because then it's going to give me all types. I don't need the specifics. I just need grand larceny. Can I have that? Thank you. In many U.S. states, formerly in Britain, theft of personal property having a value above a legal specific amount. Well, that's what makes it grand larceny. So it's how much you steal makes it grand larceny. So over $100,000. It says almost $100,000. Morgan was released without bail and is scheduled to reappear in court on December. Oh, God, this is going to be messy. If convicted, she could be receiving 5 to 15 years in prison for grand larceny charges. Now, she's been in prison before, hasn't she? Yeah, I'm looking at you. I don't know her personal history when it comes to, but you said you do. Okay. As the charges stem from Morgan's alleged misconduct in July of 2022 as an executive director of the Okra Project, a Brooklyn-based nonprofit that focused on feeding and providing community support for black trans women. Morgan, who's also previously worked as the executive director of a prison abolition nonprofit, Black and Pink, claimed that she has begun a bail fund at the Okra Project for jailed trans people in need. So if you get to, there's a lot of our trans sisters and brothers that get wrapped up in, certain, sweeps, specifically if they happen to be working in certain places, or they are sex workers or, people who, work the streets. And so she's talking about those certain simple things when, they need protections. They need someone to bail them out. They need, because we know how the bail system here works. Most of these ladies and some men don't have the money. They just don't have the money. And so you're stuck in prison, where you're unsafe, misgendered, and put in places that you're going to be in harm's way. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes people do not come back from that. They survive it, they come out, but they don't survive it mentally, emotionally. That damage continues with these people. And this is what I'm talking about when you've got people who are innocent and put in prison for, things that they're not necessarily guilty of. You know what I'm saying? Like soliciting shouldn't be a crime. If you're soliciting your body, I don't think that's a crime. I also don't think that a lot of drugs and stuff that happens, because of the, situations of poverty and a system that's rigged up against them, I think that we could solve their issues that way than to throw them in prison. I don't think throwing anyone in prison, because of their, situation that's been thrust upon them, is a right and justful thing. Specifically, if we can figure out how to end the problem that's causing the issue. You know what I'm saying? If we know that that's how they make a living, then we legalize it. Yeah, just legalize it, and then they'll be able to have protections. Maybe they're well, not Dominique Morgan, but someone else could come up with a house or a harem where they're able to, get a clean place to live. They're having sex work under, certain regulations. They're safe. They're protected. No diseases. No, you know what I'm saying? There's a process to things. The reason why it's so dangerous out there because there's no process, because it's illegal. So that's something we can actually fix. Well, not anymore. We can't fix nothing like this, Anyway, so she claims she has begun the bail fund to help trans women get in need. But Gonzalez's office alleges that Morgan instead stole $99,000 from the fund and diverted it into her own bank account, using the money to pay for Mercedes-Benz payments, clothing, meals, and $19,000 in closet renovations for an upscale home renovation service, California Closets. Now, we saw the house. Remember when she was going to fancy places and, certain award ceremonies and things over the summer. We saw that she was flaunting. We did see that. We saw the back of her, where she was staying at times when she was going live, and there was some, stuff that's in the background. All that was, paid for by this fund, people who were giving money to help trans people, and she was helping herself. It says, according to Okra's 2022 tax filings, the organization, which was at the time a project of its sponsoring nonprofit Arts Business Collective, reportedly paying excess benefits to Morgan's totaling $34,000. So she got more money on top of that. The organization said that Morgan was fired in August 3rd, 2022, after being made aware of the alleged misappropriations by ABC, which is the Arts Business Collective, which paid her $34,000 in excess benefits, which is more than the benefits she's supposed to get. Okra's leadership repeatedly asked Ms. Morgan to provide an explanation for the payments, which reached a grand total of $163,000, or return the diverted funds. No explanation has been provided, and the funds have not been returned. The same, also, this is back from 2022. Now, the question is, did any of this money was used for the opening of, which we'll call its house, T.S. Madison's house? She has yet to respond to this. This is 2 weeks already now that this is happening. We're just getting this now. A statement on Instagram late Tuesday, the Okra Project, currently executive director Gabriel Souza, who assumed the directorship in January 2023, acknowledged Morgan's indictment and said that the nonprofit would press forward as an organization dedicated to uplifting Black trans community. We are deeply committed to the accountability and transparency, Souza said. The Okra Project stands firm in our commitment to those who they serve and our donors, remaining steadfast in our mission to provide essential support and advocacy. So I'm glad that the organization is going to continue, but this has to be responded to. In response to the then request for additional comments, Souza said that a member of Okra's executive team noticed the missing funds after ABC leadership requested a proof of payment receipt for individuals who supposedly received bail support. So this was money that was supposed to go to bail report. She changed it, took the money instead. Gonzalez's press release this week noted that Morgan submitted purported bail receipts for 23 individuals who she said were arrested in Georgia and Nebraska, but an internal Okra audit revealed that there was no matching arrest records existed. You made up arrest records. Oh, no. Oh, no. What are we going to do? 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 Let's continue. I'm disappointed. The raised significant concerns. It says Sousa said resulting in Morgan's termination when they figured this out. Sousa added that the Okra Project became its own 501c3 nonprofit earlier this year in 2024, which she said would promote greater transparency within the organization and that similar challenges would be avoided in the future. I believe you because you guys have been very upfront and talking to anyone who asks for a thing. It says, I am consistently working to build trust in our supporters and communities, acknowledging the Okra Product's past challenges. Since assuming leadership, I have dedicated our efforts towards meaningful programs, active community engagement with robust policies, procedures, and tools now in place. We are committed to safeguarding the integrity of our organization and its resources. We continue to seek innovative ways to uphold our values and advance our essential work in the community. This is so sad and so sad and so sad. It says there's a little bit more to this. It says the Okra Project previously faces public allegations in financial misconduct in January of this year when members of the Transgender Education Fund accused Okra's leadership of gross misappropriation of millions of dollars during and after Morgan's tenure as executive director. So they're saying now that Sousa is also stealing. Well, here we go. It says, oh my goodness, can we go? In response, Sousa wrote at the time that the TEF statement, and which is the Transgender Education Foundation statement, as relative, defamatory, divulges confidential information, and is also inaccurate, adding that those accusations contain several material inaccuracies, and Sousa declined to comment further this week, but emphasizes that millions of dollars have not been misappropriated within the Okra Project Incorporated. Last year, the city of Omaha named a street after Morgan. That's right, Dominique Morgan this past summer. Are they going to keep that? That's the question. Are they going to keep that, right? Making her the first formerly incarcerated person in the state and the first black trans woman in the U.S. to receive such an honor. Morgan has previously incarcerated for 10 years. There you go. That's what you said. Including 18 months spent in solitary confinement, a torture safety measure commonly inflicted on the imprisoned trans people. She has been the director of the Boris Philanthropy Group Transgeneration since 2022. Neither that group nor Morgan's attorney reportedly returned any of the New York Times request for comment. Interesting. It says in an earlier version of the story, the Okra Project. Okay, that's a correction. But listen, this is what we're talking about here. I'm disappointed in Dominique Morgan, but are we really surprised when you put people in certain positions and when they have certain, triggers and traumas? They bring a lot of that triggers and traumas with you. It's unfortunate that you would take money that was supposed to go to people that you supposedly care for in order for your own survival. You know what I mean? And we'll keep an eye on this. We'll see what happens. We'll keep track of this. Okay? Yeah, this is the crime report at the Raw and Uncut show. All right, we're done. So we're gonna wait until the case December. She goes to court. We'll find out from there. And all right, well, let's just go because I'm disappointed and upset. Check out full episodes of Raw and Uncut Monday through Friday, 7 to 11, live streaming on We Are You Radio. Or hit the link in the bio to download the We Are You Radio app. Comment, subscribe, and thanks for listening to Raw and Uncut on We Are You Radio, the urban sound of pride.